Listen to me closely, because this may be the most important moment of your life. You will never get everything you desire until you learn to command yourself. Not ask, not wish, not wait. You must command. Your success does not depend on the economy. It does not depend on luck, connections, or timing. It depends on your willingness to discipline your mind, to demand results from yourself when your feelings say otherwise. Desire alone is not enough. Everyone has desire. The masses are full of wishers, but the world is changed by those who move when it's hard, act when it's inconvenient, and keep going when everything screams to quit. Discipline is the only true freedom. If you do only what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you force yourself to do what is hard, your life will become easy. That is the paradox of personal power. True freedom comes when you no longer need to negotiate with yourself, when you no longer give yourself permission to skip, delay, or hesitate. You must become the kind of person who does what must be done, not just when inspired, but especially when uninspired. Every time you force yourself to act, you build strength. Every time you follow through, you build belief. Every time you silence excuses, you step closer to mastery. You must command your thoughts, or they will command you. There are two forces inside you right now. One says rest, the other says rise. One says wait, the other says work. One leads to regret, the other leads to reward. Your mind is your battleground, and unless you stand guard at its gates, unless you issue firm instructions, your thoughts will drift, and with them, your destiny. You must give your mind its orders every single day. I will rise, I will focus, I will act with purpose. I will not retreat. Do not wait for motivation. It is fleeting. Build structure. Build rituals. Build the habit of execution. No one is coming to rescue you. Let me speak plainly. No one owes you anything. The world does not care about your feelings, your history, or your hardships. It only responds to your output. Waiting is a form of surrender. Hoping is a form of delay. You are either creating momentum or you are making excuses. You are either advancing or retreating. The one who wins is the one who says, I will do what needs to be done, no matter how I feel. And that's what I'm asking of you now. Stop waiting for the right time, the right mood, the right day. The right time is when you decide to move. Greatness requires emotional control. Most people are slaves to emotion. When they feel good, they work. When they feel tired, they stop. When they feel fear, they hide. And that is why they remain average. But you, if you truly want to rise, must train yourself to act independently of how you feel. Emotion is feedback, not a directive. It can inform, but it must not decide. Your decisions must be based on your values, not your moods. On your mission, not your emotions. And that means this: when it's hard, you lean in. When it's painful, you grow stronger. When it's uncertain, you take the next step anyway. You don't need motivation. You need a standard. The problem with most people is not that they aim too high and miss, it's that they never even aim. They float, they drift, they respond to life instead of directing it. You must establish a standard, a line you refuse to cross, a level of performance you demand from yourself, whether anyone is watching or not. And then, you must train your identity to match that standard. I am the kind of person who follows through. I am the kind of person who rises early. I am the kind of person who finishes what I start. This is not ego. This is alignment, living in congruence with your purpose. Every excuse is a lie you've repeated so often. You've come to believe that there is no excuse strong enough to justify a wasted life. Not your past, not your pain, not your environment, not your limitations. Every excuse is a comfort you've chosen in place of challenge. And every time you use it, you strengthen its grip. The only way to destroy it is with action. Relentless, disciplined, uncomfortable action. When your excuses scream, not today, that's when you answer, exactly today. When your weakness whispers, slow down, you reply, speed up. That's how you become unstoppable. Your success is already written, but you must claim that there is a version of you who already has everything you say you want. He exists. She's waiting. But you will never meet that version if you keep living as your current self. You must evolve. You must break your patterns. You must force your growth. Force yourself to think bigger. Force yourself to get uncomfortable. Force yourself to demand more. Force yourself to endure longer than you think you can, not because it's easy, but because it is required. Let me make something perfectly clear. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are simply one decision away from momentum, and that decision begins with this command. Move. Stop waiting to feel ready. You must act yourself into readiness. You think you need to feel confident to take action, but the truth is, you must take action to feel confident. Readiness is not an emotion. It is a choice. And that choice only reveals its power once you step forward. Without it, you will never feel fully prepared. You will never feel fully secure. You will never feel completely fearless. And yet you must go. Not because you're ready, but because you're done waiting. Action is the fire that consumes fear. And every time you act in spite of uncertainty, Your identity shifts from victim to victor. The price for greatness is repetition without applause. You want the outcome, but are you willing to endure the process? Let me tell you, most of success is lonely, most of mastery is boring, most of growth is invisible. You will grind in silence. You will rise before the world wakes. You will study when others scroll. You will push yourself when no one is watching. And that is exactly why you'll win. Anyone can work when it's easy. Few can persist when it's dull. But those who repeat, those who show up again and again, even without reward, those are the few who rise. You do not rise to the level of your feelings. You fall to the level of your standards. Feelings are temporary. Standards are permanent. If you want to change your life, stop managing your emotions. Start raising your expectations. The person who follows through only when they feel like it is a slave to emotion. The person who follows through because their identity demands it. That is the person who commands their world. And so I ask you, what are you tolerating? What are you accepting as normal? What are you allowing yourself to repeat? Because what you allow, you reinforce. And what you reinforce becomes your results. No more negotiating with the weaker version of yourself. Every day you will hear two voices, one that wants elevation, and one that wants escape. One pushes you forward, the other pulls you back. You must decide which one wins. The weaker version of yourself will try to reason with you. You've worked hard enough today. It's okay to skip just this once. You'll get back on track tomorrow. That voice sounds comforting, but it is your enemy. Silence it, disobey it, overrule it. Your future depends on your ability to say, no, I will not settle. I will not pause. I will not comply with weakness. You become what you repeat. Choose wisely. Do not underestimate the power of small behaviors. Your life is not shaped by what you do occasionally. It is shaped by what you do consistently. Wake up late once, and it's nothing. Wake up late 30 days in a row, and your life collapses. Miss one workout. No problem. Skip them repeatedly. Your health deteriorates. Delay a task today. That's human. Let procrastination rule. You destroy your future. Every action is a vote for the kind of person you are becoming. So ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become, and what does that version of me do every single day? Then force yourself to do it until it becomes second nature. Pain is not a problem. It is proof you are progressing. Stop avoiding discomfort. Stop trying to eliminate resistance. Stop interpreting struggle as failure. Pain is the price of evolution, and if you are not hurting, you are not growing. You must learn to lean into pain. Welcome it, use it, let it shape you, strengthen you, sharpen you. Discomfort is not a stop sign. It is a signal that you are exiting the life of the masses and entering the realm of mastery. Let every ounce of pressure mold your character. Let every difficult day build your emotional muscle. But every setback stretch your capacity. The people who get what they want are those who are willing to suffer longer, deeper, and more purposefully than anyone else. The future is created by force, not by fantasy. I will tell you the truth. Your dream life will not materialize just because you think about it. Vision boards, affirmations, and planning are all worthless without this one thing, execution. You must move. You must do. You must initiate. Do not spend another day imagining the life you want while tolerating the one you have. Write the plan. Take the action. Stick to the standard. Remove the distractions. Fight through the boredom. Force the outcome. Do not expect life to hand you the result. Go and extract it. You must stop asking for permission. No one is going to give you the green light. No one is going to push you forward. If you want to change your life, you must give yourself the order. I do not wait. I act. I do not wish. I build. I do not react. I lead. You are not powerless. You are simply untrained. And the first skill you must develop is the power to act without emotion, to act without evidence, to act before you feel ready. Self-command is the foundation of greatness. Breakthrough begins with the decision to take control of yourself, not control the economy, not control people. Control yourself. Because when you control yourself, you command everything else. Your habits obey your will. Your emotions obey your vision. Your results obey your process. Self-command means I no longer negotiate with mediocrity. I no longer give power to mood swings or impulses. I decide, I declare, and I deliver. If you can't command yourself, nothing else matters. Your mind must be programmed with precision. I do not leave my thoughts to chance. I direct them. I program them like a machine, because if I don't, the world will do it for me. The mind is always listening. It hears every word you speak, every thought you repeat, every image you visualize, and it turns that repetition into reality. So I feed my mind exactly what I want it to believe. I am focused. I am relentless. I am powerful. I take action regardless of how I feel. That is not arrogance. That is identity. And when your identity is forged in fire, your habits follow like soldiers. Repetition creates power. Most people change too quickly. They try something once or twice, and when results don't come, they quit. That is weakness. Power does not come from variety. Power comes from repetition. I repeat my goals every day. I repeat my process. I repeat the standard I live by until my subconscious bends to my will. There is no magic. There is only mastery. And mastery comes through doing it again and again and again. The world belongs to those who keep going when no one is clapping. The work is the reward. I do not work for applause. I do not work for likes, followers, validation, or approval. I work for progress. I work for growth. I work because I am called to become more. You must fall in love with the work, not because it's fun, but because it transforms you. The greatest reward is not the money, the freedom, or the results. The greatest reward is who you become in the process. When you force yourself to rise above your excuses, you become unstoppable. That power, that self-mastery, that is the real success. You are always training something every day. Every choice, every action is a training session. You are either training weakness or you are training greatness. When you skip the hard things, you are training avoidance. When you give in to excuses, you are training failure. When you say tomorrow, you are training regret. But when you act despite doubt, you are training courage. When you keep going despite pain, you are training perseverance. When you rise early, show up, and push yourself, you are training to lead. You are always training. The only question is, what are you becoming? High performance is a standard, not a mood stop. Treating your goals like options. Treat them like commands. I do not need motivation to execute. I execute because that's who I am. It's a standard, not a preference. Your life will change when you stop waiting to feel good and start acting because you said you would. Discipline is the bridge between intention and reality. If you rely on emotion, you'll be unstable. But if you rely on standards, you'll become unshakable. The harder it gets, the closer you are when the pain shows up. I lean in when progress feels invisible. I keep moving. When failure knocks, I answer stronger because I know this truth. The hardest part always comes right before the breakthrough. Most quit too soon. Most turn around at the edge of victory. Not because they weren't worthy, but because they weren't willing to. Force one more step. Do not quit when it hurts. That's when it matters most. Keep going. It's working, even when you can't see it. Don't just set goals. Build identity. Anyone can set a goal. But unless you become the kind of person who naturally lives at that level, you'll never stay there. Your mind must be rewritten. Not just what you want, but who you are. I am not chasing wealth. I am wealth. I am not chasing discipline. I am discipline. I am not chasing power. I am power. The results you want require you to become someone new. That's the real transformation. That's the internal revolution. That's what changes everything. No one cares. Do it anyway. You want sympathy. You want someone to feel sorry for you. You won't get it from me, because you are more powerful than your story. And as long as you cling to what happened, what went wrong, or how you feel, you will never create anything new. You must build in silence. You must show up when no one supports. You must rise before anyone believes. And you must become so relentless, so consistent, so focused that success has no choice but to surrender. This life will not reward your intentions. It will reward your intensity. And intensity must be trained. You will not rise by hoping. You will rise by executing. Again and again and again. That your life will change when you become ruthless with yourself. Do not mistake kindness for softness. Be kind to others, but with yourself, be relentless. You are not here to indulge weakness. You are here to develop strength. You are here to confront the habits that are stealing your potential. You are here to look your distractions in the face and say, not anymore. You are here to replace comfort with courage. Procrastination with execution. Hope with hunger. You are not here to fit in. You are here to take over your own mind. You must work while others sleep if you want what few have. You must do what few are willing to do. There is no shortcut. There is only sacrifice. You will rise early while others sleep. You will study when others scroll. You will endure what others run from. But with that sacrifice comes freedom. Most people are prisoners of routine. But when you live with intention, when you force yourself to operate at a higher standard, you begin to control time. And when you control time, you control your results. The law of accumulation cannot be broken. Everything stacks. Every word you speak, every decision you make, every task you complete, it all builds. It either compounds in your favor or compounds against you. The one who forces themselves to do one more rep, make one more call, take one more step, that person becomes powerful beyond measure. You don't need massive change. You need daily obedience to your mission. Obey your goals, obey your plan, obey your higher self, and the results will become impossible to ignore. Destroy distraction, or it will destroy youth. Enemy is not failure. The enemy is distraction. The small compromise. The just for a moment scroll. The I'll start tomorrow. Excuse, these are not innocent. They are assassins. I do not let anything steal my focus. My vision is sacred. My discipline is guarded. My time is reserved for impact. If something doesn't move me forward, it is removed. And if someone doubts my mission, they are silenced. By my results. Build a mind that is unstoppable. Success does not go to the smartest, it goes to the most consistent. The one who refuses to stop, the one who keeps showing up, the one who acts while others think. Build that mind. Train that identity. Become the one who does not negotiate with fear. Fear can visit, but it may not lead. Doubt can whisper, but it may not decide. You are no longer available for hesitation. You are no longer interested in maybe. You are committed. Period. Starve the weak voice, feed the strong one. Inside you are two voices, the voice of limitation and the voice of power. One says, take it easy. The other says, let's go. One says, you've done enough. The other says, you've only just begun. The weak voice sounds soft, but it is poison. The strong voice sounds harsh, but it is your liberation. Starve the first, feed the second. Repeat until the weak voice dies from neglect. You are either dominating time or being dominated by it. Every hour of your day is either serving your future or stealing from it. Don't just manage time, own it, master it, direct it, build your schedule around your priorities, not your feelings, not what's popular, not what's easy. Your calendar should reflect your vision. Your daily actions should reflect your highest values, and when the world tries to distract you, you reply. This time is spoken for. Greatness requires repetition with no applause. This is where most people quit. They start strong, but when praise fades, when motivation fades, when results delay, they fall off. That's when I double down, because I understand that mastery happens in the shadows, in the silence, in the repetition. When no one is watching and no one is cheering, greatness is not built in the spotlight, it is forged in the dark. And when the lights finally hit, I will be ready. You do not find time, you take it. People say they don't have time. That's not true. Everyone has time. The difference is what you do with it. You either use time as an excuse, or you use it as a weapon. I don't wait for time to appear. I carve it out of the chaos. I eliminate what does not serve. I say no to anything that dilutes my power. And that's how I dominate days. And now I leave you with this truth. You were not born to live small. You were not built to blend in. You were designed for greatness, and that greatness must be claimed. Force yourself to act. Force yourself to rise. Force yourself to become. No more waiting, no more wishing, no more weakness. You already have what it takes. The only question is, will you use it? Make the decision today that your old self has expired. Your new standard is non-negotiable. Your discipline is unshakable. Your vision is unstoppable. This is your time. This is your calling. This is your moment to say, I will not stop. I will not shrink. I will not settle. I will rise. Now go build the life you were meant to live and never look back.